Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. I am the son of Chelsea and this is going to be my Burnley versus Chelsea preview. It's finally here. We've had to wait all weekend for this game, but it's finally here, the first game of the season. So let's get to it. So before I start my preview, I just want to give my opinions really on what's happened because it's been an interesting first weekend. Great to have football back. I put a tweet out on Saturday morning. It's like Christmas morning, and really that's what it's been like to have the Premier League back. It's weird how quickly the summer's gone, but it's great to have football back. And I just want to give my opinions really on some of the games, not all of them, but some of the most important results that I found quite interesting. So of course, starting off with Man United versus Swansea, the 12:45 kickoff. This game really did surprise me. I just didn't see this coming. But then again, I mean, if you looked at the team, it kind of shows how well and how good of a manager or good of a personality Van Gaal is, because we've been kind of sold on this 3-5-2 formation that he used in the World Cup, and also the fact that he's very confident, and many were tipping Man United that they could do something in the league, but seeing them on Saturday, even though they did have a few players injured, Van Persie, one key player, and of course more players to come back, they just look very average. They look the same as last year, really, all round. And Swansea really did deserve the win in this game. And to be honest, Man United, very uninspiring, very dire. I think overall Van Gaal's going to have to make some signings. But then again, I mean, it kind of reminds me a bit of how Arsenal started the season last year. Didn't make signings all summer. Of course, this is different. I did make two signings, but Luke Shaw was injured and Herrera was playing next to Fletcher, and that midfield isn't going to frighten any teams. And if they're going to keep on conceding goals, especially against some of the big teams, United are going to find it hard to struggle, but very shocking result. Of course, Arsenal on Saturday night basically came away with the win. I've got to give credit to Crystal Palace. They really did impress me. I mean, the spirit they showed, especially losing their manager, it would have been very easy on Saturday to go and get thumped 5-0, but that's not what happened at all. And they showed great spirit. But of course, Aaron Ramsey in the last minute coming up with that winner. And to be honest, why does he have to be Welsh? Why couldn't he be English? Because he looks to me like the next Frank Lampard. It's a bit like how I see Ross Barkley. He has determination, he scores goals, he affects games. People talk about Jack Wilshere. Jack Wilshere, once again, not impressing me at all. Drifts in and out of the game, really doesn't have any effect on the scoreline. And Aaron Ramsey just impresses me every time I see him. And if he can have a strong season, he's going to be a key player for Arsenal. Probably one of their biggest players, probably even bigger than Ozil, because he's a goal scorer, and having a goal scorer midfielder in your team is a massive thing to have. They're like a striker. Liverpool, for me, it's going to rely once again on two players. It's going to rely on Sterling and Sturridge, and they look like the key players. They scored today. They just look all round, and it kind of shows to me with all these games how little preseason actually means, because United had a brilliant preseason, lost. Liverpool smashed Dortmund last week, just barely got past Southampton, and of course they can improve, but I think Arsenal, it was just a bad day and they got away with one. I think Liverpool is going to be kind of what we see a lot of the time with their squad. Man City were the one team that kind of impressed me. They didn't smash Newcastle. No, Newcastle did impress me. I think they could have a decent season. Did show a lot of potential in their team with their new signings. Remy Caballero, is the way you say it, looked really impressive, just some great skill. But Man City, I mean, the class of them, Dzeko and Silva, that guy, I think Silva's probably the best midfield player, right up there with Yaya Toure for me. And they're both in the same team. That's how frightening City are. Just a very professional performance by the champions, and I think they're going to be right up there. So, of course, let's finally get to today's preview, and yeah, it is exciting. I've seen many Chelsea fans saying this is our time, it's our time to make a statement, and I do believe that. For me, I've always been about result first, performance second. Some people say different things, but for me, the result is the most important thing. If we win 1-0 tonight, it's going to mean as much probably as winning 4-0. If we can be very strong, win confidently, get Costa on the score sheet, get Hazard linking up well, then we could really scare the league, really, and it would send out a statement that we're here for business, and I do believe we are. We're right in there for the title this year. We have a brilliant squad, and if we can win comfortably, then that will just give everyone such a big boost, because this is when it matters really. I mean, even though I was impressed by the team in the Sociedad game and other preseason games, this is where it matters really, and if they can come up with the goods tonight, that'd be brilliant. So just going to show my starting lineup. I went on the Lineup 11 app. It's quite a really good app. You can go on there, make your starting 11 for your team. I'm just sharing it now, and of course here it is. Going to be a 4-2-3-1 formation. Of course, I've put Courtois in goal. I do think this is Courtois' time. It's basically what everyone's saying, and it's kind of been one of the things on everyone's lips really about how Mourinho's going to deal with the situation. Mourinho had a really good interview with Jeff Reeves yesterday. You could probably go and check it out. And what he said was to keep them both motivated is easy. To keep them both happy at the same time is impossible, and that's true. I do think this is Courtois' time, though. I think he's playing now in the best league in the world, and this is his chance to play for one of the best clubs in the world, and this is his chance to shine. I'm going to put Ivanovic at the right back position. I think it's going to be a tough game tonight. Burnley are going to go out and prove something, so I think having Ivanovic in there is someone who can just go for it. I think most players in the Chelsea team, nearly all of them, know how to fight for Mourinho, but Ivanovic is one of the main warriors of the team. He will go in for challenges, he will put his all into it, and I think we do need him tonight. Cahill and Terry, probably the best centre-back partnership last season. Hopefully it can continue out. Terry's had a very good pre-season, looks very sharp, been there since the start. Cahill came in later, but I'm sure them two, they're brilliant together, so I'm sure they will get better. Luis is going to have his debut. I was kind of thinking maybe put Azpilicueta there and just keep the same back four as last year, but I do believe that Luis will be put in left back position. Two holding midfielders, Matic and Fabregas. It's going to be interesting to see how Fabregas does, and also interesting to see how this pairing does in a competitive game. They've looked well in pre-season. They give a great balance. Matic staying back, cleaning up, and giving it to Fabregas, who goes forward and helps the other attacking players. If Fabregas can have a good performance tonight, I think that will help him start off his Chelsea career. But Schürrle on the right wing, Hazard on the left wing, and Willian down the middle. Oscar got that number 8 shirt the other day. It's going to be big shoes to fill, but I don't think he's going to play tonight. Maybe I'll talk about Oscar and getting that number 8 shirt and the significance of him getting that number 8 shirt in another video. But Willian down the middle, I've been kind of sold on Willian being down the middle. I think he's better there. Schürrle and Hazard are probably our two best wingers, and to me, Schürrle had a brilliant World Cup. He's full of confidence after winning a World Cup medal, and also Hazard, who didn't have the best of pre-season, but I'm sure just the class of the player, he'll come through, and this is going to be our first chance to see how he works with the front man, Diego Costa. Everyone's put the pressure on Diego Costa. Very mixed feelings from like pundits and journalists about Diego Costa. Some think he's overrated, some think that he's a brilliant signing, and others think, well, he may be the key, but what if he gets injured? And there's loads of question marks. Diego Costa, this is a key game. It's going to be, he's probably our biggest player, simply because he was the missing piece last year. This team basically kind of relies on him a bit because he is the missing piece. But I do believe Fabregas is the most important signing, because what Fabregas does is kind of give what Lampard did to Drogba 10 years ago, and just being able to link up well and have a great midfielder who can help link up and get that killer ball. Of course, Lampard did score many more goals, but at the same time, it kind of reminds me of this team that he built in the 04-05 season. Mourinho doesn't believe in that, and I do believe he said that Fabregas, there'll never be another Frank Lampard, and I do believe there never will be. It's very hard to replicate what Frank Lampard's on. He's an amazing player. Fabregas is very different, a very technically gifted player, great at assists, great at passing, doesn't give you as many goals, but I'm sure giving Diego Costa the link-up play and all the passes, the killer passes, which will help in these types of games where it's tight and there's the smaller teams are playing quite defensive. So of course, really, that's my hopes. I do believe that tonight we can go out there and win first, performance second, but what I do want is hopefully us to go and impress the pundits, go and impress the doubters of Chelsea. Diego Costa to go out and show why he is the £32 million striker and why he's worth way more than that, and why he is Chelsea's #1 striker. Hazard to have a good game, Willian to show that he can work in at number 10 and battle with Oscar for that position, Fabregas to link up well, the defence to stay stable, Courtois to have a composed game. There are all the key things there for me, and just a good performance. People have been saying 4-0, and I do kind of agree with them. That's one thing I predict, but I'm going to say I think it will be tougher than that, but I do believe we will win in the end. We'll just win comfortably. I'm going to go for 3-0, so one less. Hopefully a Diego Costa goal, Fabregas assist, and clean sheet. So hope you like this video, guys. I'm going to be doing my review hopefully tomorrow or even tonight maybe. But I hope you like the video. Follow me on Twitter at the Son of Chelsea. Did audio today just to try something different, and I really wanted to get this video out, so I hope you liked it, and I'll see you again.